Hey, how's it going, everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Cheers to those of you that have your beers. I hope you're enjoying the end of your work week and the beginning and end of mine, because I got back to work officially today, and now we're in the weekend. So happy TGIF to those of you that are getting ready to celebrate TGIF. Today we're going to shed some light on the Snap-on situation with the 14.4 volt and the cordless tools. 3 things that kind of annoy me about their product line. We're going to talk about that today. That being said, let's dive right on into it. All right, so one of the first things that actually bothers me quite a bit about the Snap-on product line is this, the batteries. The batteries is number one, okay? I got to be honest with you guys. I have their cordless ratchets. I've got their cordless 3/8 driver. I got their hex driver, drill driver combo. Those things have all been phenomenal. I use them intermittently throughout the day. I probably use the 1/4 inch cordless ratchet and the little hex driver probably the most out of all the cordless products that I have. And then I use the floodlight. I also use the under hood light. So I go through a lot of battery charges as a result. I do have other under hood lights. I got the Saber that plugs in, and I do use that a fair amount, especially if it's a long project. But if it's going to be a quick project, like soldering some wires together or a tune-up, or I'm just pulling the upper plenum or intake off, for those things I go to the Snap-on one. It's nice because there's no cord hanging over the fender, etc. But I go through a lot of battery charges. These battery charges have depleted at least 2 of my batteries this year alone. So I have given those back and warrantied them out. I do not know what the warranty is on the batteries. I want to say you have 12 months on the batteries, but 2 years on the tool. Somebody can let me know down in the comments. The second thing, well, it had to do with the cordless ratchets, okay? So, Nuts and Bolts of Tone, about a year or 2 back, I was having a discussion with him on a live stream that we were doing, and he was talking about how you had to re-grease the ratchets. Well, there's a special grease tool that is required. Snap-on sells it, of course. I want to tell you it's like 20 bucks or 30 bucks, but basically, it's this little tiny short pistol-style grease gun that you don't put any grease in. In fact, you just unscrew the cap of the tool where the pistol plunger is and where the grease comes out, and you screw it onto an actual designated Snap-on grease canister. That canister is like a push pop, and you have to push the grease up through the from the bottom up with your thumb, and then you can get like 3 pumps into the head of the ratchet, and that's it. There's no other way to feed the grease up outside of pushing it with your thumb. That's kind of annoying. 2, if you don't grease those ratchets, I can speak from experience that within 1 year, I was already sending off my 3/8 long brute into Snap-on warranty repair. They said they didn't find anything wrong with it and that they just cleaned it up, re-greased it, put it back together, and it worked again. Well, I tried applying some grease to it, and I couldn't get it to work at all. The anvil wouldn't spin. I had issues. Issue was from lack of maintenance. I've been now greasing it about once a week, but that would be my second annoyance as far as the Snap-on cordless products go. The third thing that kind of annoys me is that if I'm trying to take lug nuts off too quickly on a tire, I get intermittent stoppages on the 1/2 inch impact. That's 1 for the 1/2 inch impact. 2, I don't know if it's a socket issue or if it's the snap ring issue on the 1/2 inch gun. But with the Tecton sockets that I have found that if I'm hammering it and I'm not holding pressure on the backside with the gun, if I'm just trying to use one hand to do it one-handed, it has walked off and a couple of times has gotten stuck on the bottom of the anvil, and I had to use a hammer to beat the socket off. Those 2 things kind of annoy me about the 1/2 inch impact gun alone. But overall, it's still doing what it's supposed to do. It still busts a lot of things loose. The other thing that kind of was a little concerning that I found out of the last 12 months of using the Snap-on cordless products was that if I have too many batteries that have low charge or that are undercharged, and I want to charge them off, because I have about one 14.4 battery for every tool, plus I also have the 18 volt battery for the 1/2 inch impact gun. If I'm charging quite a few batteries in succession, by the time I get to the 4th or 5th battery on my charger, I start getting a red flashing light of death on the charger, and it will not charge the battery whatsoever. If I unplug the charger for a few hours and then I go to plug it back in, it will mysteriously work again and it will start charging the other batteries. Guys, I hope you found this video content to be worthwhile and listening to. That's one of the things that I wanted to talk about today. What are some of your annoyances with the Snap-on 14.4 volt lineup or the 18 volt? Let us know down in the comments, okay? One of the things I can say about the Snap-on products is I haven't had any battery clip retainer clip issues at all. I could put leverage behind it. I've never had one pop off on me. There was one battery though where it just randomly had split at the seam and one of the screws had broken off. That did happen on one battery, but other than that, the batteries themselves have held up great. I want to hear your guys' complaints though. I also want to hear some positives. Feel free to let us know down in the comments. That's all I got for this video. Cheers to those of you who have your beers. Happy Friday. We'll see you next time. Deuces.